I would like to start off this video by apologising, one, for the way that I look. It is 30 degrees here, super hot, and for some reason this house only has one room with aircon in it, and it's not this one, so I am suffering. Second of all, that I haven't posted any videos in a month. I'd completely convinced myself that I would definitely post every week while I was on holiday, even though to get to my destination took me 2 days to fly there, and yeah, it was horrific. And I thought that being in London and Edinburgh would give me, like, you know, the writing vibes. It didn't. It was amazing, had an incredible holiday, but definitely didn't think about writing. So, but it does mean that I took my laptop halfway around the world for no reason at all. But there we go. So, and then when I came back, I was sick. I got some sort of flu, chest infection. I don't know what it was. So that was fun. But hopefully, fingers crossed now, touching on wood, we're all good. And I can finally crack on with this book. The aim of today is basically just to start. I'm going to start with the first scene. I know what I want to happen. I've got basically demons running across rooftops. I have our protagonist following them from behind, and then on the ground we have just some young boy that's being hunted and he can't see them, and that's, yeah, so that's basically an introduction to the story. I want to show what the architecture's like in the area, and basically we know what our protagonist does as like a job, hobby, and what... I haven't got my glasses on. I've just... 1 minute. Oh, that's so much better. I did think there was a large amount of like face on display, you know? Now I wear glasses all the time. I feel when I don't have them on that I just have a very large face area, mass. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the aim of today, is to basically just try and write that scene. I did listen to something recently on, it was a Spotify podcast or something, saying that when you first start writing, you should basically be training yourself to enjoy the process instead of making it so horrific that you don't want to do it again. So my aim, like I said, is to write this scene, not to focus too much on or worry too much about my description and stuff like that, and absolutely no editing. Just try and get it done. So the only thing that worries me about this is I will actually have to go back and do these edits once I finish the book. And if I leave it too bad, well, then that's just gonna make my job much harder in the future. So I don't know, but today I'm just want to sit down and I want to get some actual words on the page, start this book off, and see where we end up. So for this story, I'm going to be using Scrivener. I haven't used it before. I don't really know how it works, but I will try and show you on it. All right, so on here, on this side, you've just got general outlines you can do, characters, scenes you want to delete but you probably want to keep for later, bit of world building, characters, stuff like that. But like I said, I don't really know how it works, so I don't want to mislead anyone with that information. So what I also did is I got myself a timer. It's just a little 30-minute one. So I'm thinking of doing 30-minute sprints, and then maybe go back and look at it. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Anyway. Wow, it is super hot in here. Oh, I'm going to open this. It's like a hot box. All right. So half an hour done. So I'm pleased with that. Also, word count, I think I did well. I did 1,292. So I'm pleased with that. But they're not good words. And this is the problem. I kind of knew where I was going with this scene, which obviously helped. But the problem that I had is, so I've got her on the roof, is description. Basically, let's cut it short. It's description. I'm struggling to describe things, which at the end of the day, when you write a book, is actually quite important. So I have written the word roof many, many times. Also, describing the monster. I need to work on that. And then when it comes down and they have this like fight between the two of them, that is really slow. Like the description is really slow. The talking about, it's a lot of, oh, then she moved here and he rolled there and then she got stabbed here and she cut off, you know, it was just, it's not exciting. It's not, it's not thrilling. And I know it's not a thriller. My book's going to be I'm assuming romantasy. It's what I'm thinking it's going to be. But these bits should be somewhat anxiety-inducing is not what I'm going for. But you know what I mean when someone has a fight and you're like, oh, who's going to win? I don't know. Even though you know, when you read it, you don't know. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's quite, and I did say I wasn't going to edit it and I did say I was just going to write. But what I might do is actually copy this and save it in a Word document and we can look back on this when I go, because my theory is once I've written the book, my writing at the end of the book will be vastly different than my writing at the beginning of the book, obviously because I'll have a lot of practice and I'll be doing it more often and then I'll be looking to improve it little bit by little bit by little bit. So I'm hoping that my writing will be a lot different in the last chapter to the first chapter. So if I save this first chapter in like a Word document, then we can look back at it and just see how far my writing has come. And that this is very depressing to read, but it has to start somewhere and you can't be good at everything. And also, not an excuse, just a fact, I am dyslexic and it does have, obviously it comes with its issues when it comes to writing. My spelling, horrendous. So my whole page is just full of red lines, which is, again, I feel like I'm in school. But apart from that, I am pleased. I got up to halfway through the fight with the monster. So also, that does mean it's going to be quite a long scene, which will have to just be a chapter. It won't be that long because when I do go back and edit it, obviously as a fight, it's going to be a lot shorter. So while this is almost 1,300 words long at the moment, when I edit it after I finish the book, it'll be a lot shorter. So that'd be good. So yes, basically, I am really pleased. I'm pleased that I've started. I have something to work on now. Some people say that you should write until you're empty, like you've used everything up. And then other people say you should leave it on, like in the middle of a sentence. So when you come back to write, you have something to start off with. I'm going to try that. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and not fatigue myself with it. And I thought I would be one of those people that doesn't have enough words. Clearly I have too many words. So that's going to be my problem, which is a good thing. It's not a bad problem to have. I say this now, wait till editing comes. But anyway, so that's it. I will finish up the video here because I feel I've had a lot of coffee. I feel I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent and nobody needs that.